Yo, what's the deal? You got along with the Siskin Poet here to do a video response to the Answer 915. Thank you so much for doing your video to Not Sorry for Slavery. um, I do quite a bit of videos that talk about issues that I feel affect people nowadays. And overwhelmingly, I've been receiving a lot of responses and seeing videos from people who are from Caucasian descent who do not express um, any type of emotion that would give off the impression that they were in any way affected by the tragedies that happened to African Americans. And when I hear the excuses um, that from these individuals expressing the reason why they don't feel emotional, or the way that they feel, um, this non-emotional response is disgusting, and it makes me sick to my stomach. And I would love to feel like today that slavery is over and it happened oh so long ago, which it really was not that long ago. If you look at how long slavery lasted and how long it's actually supposedly come to an end, it's a little imbalanced. I was definitely using sarcasm there, and I don't feel like the people who say that everyone has been enslaved at in one form or fashion, that can even be in any way compared to the African American or the African American slave trade. I think that is ridiculous in itself. I think it shows quite a bit of it shows quite a bit of the character of the people that are living today, that really have not progressed that much further from their ancestors. So even if they were not supposedly to blame, if you have the same mentality, then you're just as guilty, because it was just wrong. It was just wrong, and anybody with open eyes can see that it wasn't right what they did to African Americans. And what makes it not so right, I mean, things happen to people, but when wrong is done to someone, if I take someone's home away and I destroy their family life, it's gonna mean something to someone. For me, an apology is lame. It's really lame. Actions speak louder than words, and we all can recognize the fact that African Americans were enslaved, and their culture was stolen from them. Everything that connects them to their ancestry was taken away, and it was replaced by white culture. Not all slaves undergo that. If you look at any people in the world, there are quite a few people who do not have culture that are African American. Most other people have some type of connection to their culture, and I think it's really sad when you get people who are just non-emotional about that. The responses I saw were just disgusting. The people are, in my opinion, they're no different than their ancestors. Because if you think that shit was okay, then back in the day you would have been running around with sheets on your head too. And especially if you're like that in present day. As much as this video that was not sorry for slavery, nobody asked for your apology. I don't want you to feel, that you need to express an apology, because to me it's worthless unless something is done to bring back into balance what was taken away. I saw the Not Sorry for Slavery, and they spoke about something that they weren't directly responsible for, but you're benefiting. You're benefiting because today you can walk around and you're not going to be racially profiled. Today you can walk around and you're not most likely going to be born and raised in some form or fashion of a ghetto. The likelihood of the success of a minority, specifically African American, it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely, the success rate, because the system is imbalanced. If you're born without the ability to have opportunity, then obviously you're not going to do as well as other people. So something needs to be done in order to balance that system. I heard in the video, Not Sorry for Slavery, that you talked about all of the accomplishments of African Americans. Yes, they did quite a bit, and it wasn't acknowledged. Those individuals aren't sitting on top of patents. Those individuals did not get paid for coming up with these inventions. They were all stolen, just like they were, from their native land. And so the cycle continues and goes on without end. And for you to even feel like it's okay for you to do a video like that, it's fucking disgusting. It really is. It disgusts so many people on so many different levels. The ignorance of people just to be so insecure. That's like somebody dying in your family and me just brushing it off like it didn't mean shit. Like that wasn't important. You losing your connection to someone else. Most African Americans cannot trace their ancestry to a tribe. If they were to go back to Africa, they would be rejected. Yes, they're connected to white people in a way that they never should have. Because yes, they were sold. But if you take part in the slave trade, if you take advantage of a people, believe that karma, it will come back to you. You're just not going to be prancing around here and entitled in your lifestyle because of what was done to someone else in order to put you in a better position, and it's not going to affect you. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect your soul. It's going to affect the balance of life. Everything goes in a 360 degrees. But to see people actually speak out and say that, oh, that's insignificant. Now this is present day. Well, you know, there was 400 years of that crap. And it's not been, what are we talking about, the 60s and 70s? We're talking about 30 or, you know, we're not even talking about, it's not, there hasn't been enough time to fix the wrongs, because it takes longer to fix the damage that was done. But, you know, I've never been the kind of person to look out for apology. I don't want nobody's apology. I want them to fix it. I want them to help African Americans get back culture, get back an understanding of who they are. Help them trace their ancestry. The United States has their hand in everything else, but for some reason they don't feel it necessary to take care of what this country did. It's disgusting. It's very hypocritical, and it doesn't make any sense. And as long as I'm going to see these shitty ass videos of people talking that garbage, I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say that it's disgusting, because I think it's disgusting. Because if it happened to you, then you would feel much differently about it. But because it doesn't necessarily affect you, then it doesn't bother you what happens to other people. But remember what you do. What you do on others is going to come back to you, and it's going to come back to you tenfold. You can't just walk around and just be insensitive to other people and think that, you know, everything is just going to be okay. The videos and the response that I see are disgusting, and I appreciate that, because YouTube keeps it real, and it's a rude awakening to some people, but it keeps people enlightened that the same shit that was happening all those years ago is still happening today, no matter how you sugarcoat it or cover it up. But that's Along with the Six Skin Poet on my piece, and I'm out. 2 fingers.